Sign it, my dad said, sliding the mortgage papers across the kitchen table like it was a loyalty test. $320,000. His name was already printed on the line above mine. The bank logo sat in the corner, like quiet authority. He didn't have a stable job. He hadn't in years. It's temporary, he added, as if that word had ever meant anything in our house. Hi everyone, my name is Brielle. I studied the numbers not because I didn't understand them, but because I understood them too well. My credit score, my savings, my future, all neatly positioned beneath his signature. You're my daughter, he said, voice tightening. Family helps family. I looked at him and saw the same expectation I'd grown up with. That my role was backup plan, safety net, insurance policy against his risks. I can't, I said quietly. The room changed temperature. You can't, he repeated, like the concept offended him. You live here. You eat here. He stood up abruptly, pushing the chair back. If you won't help pack your things, you don't deserve to stay. I didn't argue. I didn't cry. I went to my room and opened my laptop instead. I sat on the edge of my bed, the mortgage papers still echoing in my head like a threat disguised as trust. My suitcase lay open on the floor, half filled with clothes I had folded carefully, not emotionally. I wasn't shaking. That surprised me. Dad paced outside my door, speaking loudly enough for the walls to carry his disappointment. Ungrateful, he muttered. After everything. Everything. I opened my laptop and logged into the account he didn't know I managed. The small consulting firm I had built quietly after work. The contract signed without his advice. The savings account growing without his involvement. I wasn't reckless. I was prepared. My phone buzzed. A notification from my bank. Pre-approval status. Eligible. I stared at the number longer than I needed to. It wasn't about buying anything yet. It was about confirmation. He thought I needed his apartment. He thought I needed his approval. I zipped my suitcase closed slowly. When I walked into the living room, he didn't look at me. You'll regret this, he said flatly. I adjusted the strap on my shoulder. No, I replied calmly. I won't. I walked out without slamming the door. In the parking lot, my phone rang. It wasn't him. It was the realtor. Brielle, the condo you liked just came back on the market, the realtor said, her voice warm and steady. Ocean view. Quiet building. We'd need to move fast. I stood beside my car, suitcase resting against the curb, and felt something inside me settle. Schedule the showing, I said. Dad's apartment window faced the parking lot. I could feel his presence behind the glass even if I couldn't see him, waiting for me to hesitate, waiting for me to come back upstairs and apologize. I didn't. Instead, I drove. The showing happened that afternoon. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Clean lines. Light pouring in like possibility. It wasn't enormous. It wasn't flashy. It was stable. It was mine if I wanted it. You're pre-approved, the realtor reminded me gently. You're in a strong position. Strong. No one had ever used that word about me without attaching conditions. I signed the offer that evening from the driver's seat of my car. An hour later, my phone lit up with Dad's name. I answered. His voice wasn't angry this time. It was calculating. I spoke to the bank, he said slowly. They told me something interesting. I leaned back against the headrest. What did they tell you? They told me you've been pre-approved, Dad said, his tone sharpened into something almost amused. Funny how you suddenly have money when it's not for family. I stared at the steering wheel, tracing the worn leather with my thumb. He had never asked what I did after work, never cared where my promotions came from. As long as my paycheck flowed toward him, curiosity wasn't necessary. I've always had money, I said evenly. I just stopped offering it. He let out a short laugh. Don't be dramatic. You think a condo makes you independent. Independent. The word tasted steady. It makes me responsible, I replied. There was a pause. Then the shift. You'll fail, he said, quieter now. And when you do, don't expect this door to open. I pictured the apartment I had just left. The narrow hallway. The constant tension hanging in the air like humidity. That door had never been open. It had been conditional. "I'm not planning on coming back," I answered. Silence stretched between us. Then he spoke again, lower. "If you walk away now, don't call me your father." My chest tightened, but not with fear, with clarity. The line went quiet after his ultimatum, as if he expected me to scramble for reassurance. For years, that tactic had worked. Threaten withdrawal. Watch me panic. Restore control. But I didn't fill the silence. "If that's the condition," I said calmly, "then I understand." He inhaled sharply. "You understand what? That love in this house is transactional." The words didn't come out angry. They came out measured. "You're twisting this," he snapped. "I'm asking for support." Support. I remembered every late-night call when he needed money wired before morning. Every promise of repayment that dissolved into "family doesn't keep score." "I supported you," I replied. "Just not blindly." He didn't respond immediately. I could almost hear him recalculating, searching for the version of me that would fold. "You'll regret cutting ties over something this small," he said. Small. $320,000. My condo offer notification chimed softly on my phone. Offer accepted. My breath steadied. "I'm not cutting ties over money," I said quietly. "You are." I ended the call. And for the first time, I didn't wait for it to ring again. I moved into the condo 2 weeks later with 3 suitcases and a folding chair. The air smelled like salt and fresh paint. Nothing inside carried history. No raised voices in the walls. No tension woven into the corners. I sat on the floor that first night, back against the glass, watching the ocean move without permission from anyone. My phone stayed silent. Until it didn't. "Unknown number." I answered cautiously. "Ms. Hale?" a professional voice asked. "We're calling regarding your father's mortgage application. He listed you as a co-signer." My body went still. "I declined," I said carefully. "There appears to be a discrepancy," the caller continued. "He submitted documents suggesting joint financial responsibility." Joint. I closed my eyes slowly. "He doesn't have my authorization," I said evenly. There was a pause. Paper shuffling. A keyboard clicking. "Understood," the voice replied. "We'll flag this for investigation." Investigation. The word felt heavier than anger ever had. After the call ended, I stared at the dark reflection in the window. He hadn't just pressured me. He had tried to use me anyway. My phone buzzed seconds later. "Dad." I let it ring once before answering. His voice wasn't angry. It was defensive. "You overreacted," he began immediately. No greeting. No hesitation. It was just paperwork. The bank needed something temporary. Temporary. The word again. "You submitted documents with my name," I said calmly. "Without my permission." "I knew you'd come around," he replied. "You always do." I walked slowly toward the balcony, sliding the door open so the ocean air could touch my face. I needed something honest near me. "I'm not coming around," I said. His tone hardened. "You're making this a legal issue now." I didn't answer right away. The silence forced him to sit inside his own question. "You don't understand how hard this is for me," he added, as if difficulty justified deception. I thought about the nights I worked late to build something that didn't depend on him, the way he never asked how I managed it. "I understand exactly," I said softly. "That's the problem." He exhaled, frustrated. "You're humiliating me." There it was. Not "I'm sorry." Not "I shouldn't have done that." Humiliation. "I'm protecting myself," I replied. Another long pause. Then his voice lowered. "If you don't fix this, I could lose everything." I looked at the ocean, steady and unmoved. "So could I answered. He didn't speak for several seconds. In the background, I could hear the faint hum of traffic, maybe the same kitchen where he'd once told me I didn't deserve to stay. The silence between us wasn't explosive. It was exposed. "You'd really let your own father lose his home?" he asked finally. I leaned against the balcony railing, the wind steady against my skin. "You were willing to risk mine first." He inhaled sharply, but there was no outrage left in it. Only recognition. "I thought you'd always back me," he admitted. That was the most honest sentence he'd ever given me. "And I thought you'd protect me," I replied. Another pause. Softer this time. The bank investigation moved forward without my involvement. I didn't sabotage him. I didn't rescue him either. I let the consequences sit exactly where they belonged. A week later, I received confirmation. My name was cleared. No liability. No shared obligation. My condo keys rested in my palm, solid and indisputable. Dad never called again. Not out of pride. Out of understanding. He finally realized something simple. I wasn't his safety net. I was my own foundation.